Sir, please begin.
Okay. Yeah. So good afternoon, each and everyone, those who are present in this webinar. So today what we are going to discuss is one of the key changing, this will be one of the life changing webinar, I can say, because as we all are knowing that, since last 2 years, the COVID-19 has affected a lot into the industrial revolution, right? Into the job market, into the some placement scenario, into some career growth, etc., etc. And we have seen that a lot of companies are laying off to their employees due to some there is no demand into industry. So where the question is there is a job into the market or not? If yes, and what are the expectations from our current industry that you have to survive as a youth or as a fresh engineer or as a as a pure core tech guy? Okay, now let me move to the next slide. Is there is some global demand from fresh engineering leaders, right? So why I am focusing as a leader, because nowadays there is a huge demand of leaders rather than pure typical electrical engineer, or it can be a software engineer, right? So there should be some sort of leadership skills within your engineering mindset, or whether you're from management, etc. Now let me tell you some facts and figures of our nation. We are in India, there are more than 4,000 of engineering institutes, and every single year, more than 15 lakhs of engineering students are passed out. Okay. And the way we are producing the engineers, India is not able to consume in particular that way. Now, let me tell you guys, do you think that is there any no demand into market? If your answer is yes, then you are absolutely wrong, because every single industry is having lots of demand, or we can say the openings, or into we can say the project requirement. A lot of things are there, but the only thing is skilled workforce that we are not able to produce at India level. Right now, the rate of increasing of economy in India is a far slower than the rate of we are producing the engineers at a global level. Right now, only thing is, like, if you want to meet this level, only thing is you have to upskill your level, and whatever your current profile is there, you have to upgrade as per the industry standard. Right now, another fact is 94% of engineering graduates are not fit for the hiring. Now what does it mean? It means that if you guys are from electrical background, okay, there are hundreds of electrical engineering students are being placed for a company or campus drive. Out of 100, only 6 students are able to get the core job, I can say. Right, the core tech job is what? If you are having an electrical background, and you should be fit into electrical branch only, not into a BPO, not into IT sector, or not into banking sector, etc. So whatever your education or whatever the effort that you have kept throughout your career or throughout your diploma studies, that has to be fit into the industry market. Right, this is number one. Number two is, one of the major burning problem into our industry or into our nation is underemployment. Right now, let me tell you the basic difference between unemployment and underemployment. Right, unemployment is everyone is knowing about that there is no job into market. Like, people used to stay at home and without job, and they used to sit idly, and they will say, okay, I don't have job, I don't have any job. No guys, this is not a problem currently. The biggest problem is underemployment. Right now, let me tell you the what is underemployment. Underemployment is what? It's a basic, very simplistic. Let me give you in a very simplistic manner. Let's say if an engineer or if a BTech or a diploma guy is passing out in 2016, right, and at the end of 16, definitely he has to have job in his hand, but due to lack of upgradation into his knowledge, due to lack of industrialism into his mindset, will not able to get the job. Right, so due to financial crisis, due to pressure from his family background, he will get any type of job which can start income in for his family survival. Right, so he will start at 10K, 15K, 12K, 8K per month kind of job salary. Right now, his actual potential of earning, it can be around 30, 40K. Right, it can be 50K, it can be 1 lakh rupees. Right, but due to sake of his own requirement, and due to sake of he has not upgraded his knowledge throughout his career, right, So he has to take a job with very minimal amount, right? So due to that, the entire community is taking with the underemployment, and we people are only downgrading our community as an engineering sector, right? So this is one of the major issue that only we people are creating, and it is becoming trend nowadays, right? So there are problems are there, but only thing is every problem has every kind of solution. That the solution is also we are talking in the later on the slide. Now, what is wrong? What's wrong, right? Because this is the problem that I have discussed, right? Now there should be something wrong is happening into this college scenario, or it can be industrialism, it can be anything. So let's look into it. Now corporate is expecting that if I want to hire a single candidate, he or she should able to do a work of 5 engineers, right? But into the college environment, the 5 group of people, they will not able to pursue one single project, right? Now you see this is very basic phenomena. I have seen a lot of students. I visited many colleges and I have seen that students are not attending the classes. Students are just, they are doing ready-made projects from online, and 5 log hote usme se they are not able to do a single project with the help of 5 people, right? And the corporate is expecting totally opposite as per the actual scenario which is happening into the college, right? So you can just understand how what's wrong is happening. So should we blame to industry, or should we blame to our mindset only, right? This is number one. Moving to next is corporate में कुछ अलग ही है, college campus में there is something different is happening, right? So this thing we have to bridge very strongly, right? So how this thing can be bridged, that also we'll talk into the later on the slide. Now this is very basic thing which I have seen not only single college in Gujarat also, but I have visited many colleges across the India. So the same thing is happening to every single college campus. I'm talking about the tier 2 and tier 3 colleges. So tier 1 colleges are already doing good. But my purpose is to bring up the standard of tier 2 and tier 3 colleges across the every single city into our India, right? So we have to standardize some sort of college campus world. It can meet to the corporate world, right? So this is another reason which is happening into it is lying towards the underemployment, right? Now the level of preparation and the level of aspiration, there is a huge difference between that. So let me tell you some basic example of any student, right? So let's take an example of a final year engineering student, right? And he would be assuming that I'll look a job which can give me a position of a manager, it can give me a position of a lead software architect, etc., etc. But his level of preparation is about bunking the class, right? And his level of aspiration is very high. He's expecting too much compared to his original potential, right? So now why this is happening? Because only thing is the social media, everyone is reacting in the social media is that, hey, look, I'm very successful and you are not successful, right? So due to that, the mindset or the level of preparation is very low and the aspiration becoming very high nowadays, right? So we have to mitigate both of this level into streamlined way, so that at least it can go into parallel way. This is another thing which is very wrongly happening to today's youth, right? Next thing is, this is not my numbers I am presenting. This is one of the AI powered talent evaluation the organization is Aspiring Minds. They have claimed that out of 100, only 7% of engineers are fit for the electronics background, 5% into electrical, 6.48% into civil, 1.64 into chemical engineering only, right? So if I look into this numbers, right? So let's say if there is a branch of electrical engineering of 160 intake, right? So out of 160, only 5.5% are able to take core job into electrical engineering sector, right? Now, this is one of the harsh reality which we have to accept, or is a bitter truth, whatever word that you can use, right? But we people are always, speaking about the problem. We never spoke about the solution, because I am also from engineering background. I have also figured out the same thing when I was into college background, right? At that time, no one was there to give me these kind of webinar when I was in my college, college time. So if I was having these sort of, these type of knowledge at that time, I can see that a lot of things I missed before 4 to 5 years when I was into engineering background, right? So this is the fact that is happening into market, and it has to be there into market, right? Now, talking about the solution, one of the important aspect I can say. So nowadays, major of the things are happening with the industry 4.0 and AI, deep learning, machine learning, and lean management, because industry wants very low workforce and they want very high revolution. So that is called as a lean manufacturing system, right? So what is lean manufacturing? I can say, so lean manufacturing is what, let's say if you are hiring 10 people and you are getting revenue of 100 workforce, right? So they are looking these type of skill set into every individual, or every individual, passing out of, it can be diploma graduate, it can be degree graduate, right? So they are looking these type of strategy mindset to every single candidate. Okay, now moving to the next thing is, I just this thing came to my mind is about specifically for the diploma background, right? So we at LTDS, we are having every level, candidates. Many people are from diploma, many people are of graduates, BTech graduates, many are from masters also, right? So I have seen the mindset of diploma holders is like, we people are very backward, we should pursue our degree engineering only, then and then we'll get good job, or we have to study a lot after our diploma. But guys, let me give you one example. Okay, not I can say example, some case study based, which I have seen into many industries, right? So those who are into manufacturing industry or into service sector, right, especially from the electrical, mechanical, and electronics background, let me tell you these three branches. Okay, so those who are into top position currently, having 30 to 25 to 30 years of experience, I have asked them, what is your educational qualification? I was thinking that it will be master's, PhD for sure. But after knowing this, I got shocked that they are only having diploma degree into their hand. So I asked them, how did you reach at this position? So simply they told that only thing is your passion and your learning ability. If you are having a passionate mindset, your learning abilities, it should not be zero at any cost, right? And you are eager to learn new things, then no one will stop you, irrespective of whatever the degree that you are having. I am not telling that degree is a wrong thing, but it also doesn't mean that you have to regret if you are not having a BTech degree, to be very frank, right? So don't regret yourself. Start pursuing your career. If you are looking, if you are suffering such any personal situation, right? I cannot tell anything, but if you are looking that I want to pursue my career, I want to start my income by the end of this diploma, then don't look back, guys. Okay, because time is moving very quickly currently, right? And this is the right time to capture the opportunity from the market, to see what is happening into today's world, and to learn what exactly they are looking. Because why I am telling this thing again and again is like, if you are, let's say if you are pursuing your BTech, right, after diploma, so that will consume your 3 more years. Okay, and you are not able to earn any single penny during your 3 years, right? And of course you have to pay the fees of 3 years, right? That will be around 1 to 2 lakhs approximately, I'm telling. Okay, now if you are having a true potential into your soul, okay, within 3 years you can reach that senior position also, right? So it's all up to you where you want to see yourself into next 5 years, okay, and how you are capturing to current market position. And it's all about how aggressiveness you are showcasing towards industrial revolution, right? So this is one of the basic thing which came to my mind suddenly. So,
Jashil,
yeah.
we have received a question from some of the students. That is, the question is, what are the economic impact of industrial revolution after COVID-19?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
So
can we have some of the points on it?
Sure, Jindal, you can take it. Yeah.
Just start on, carry on. I will add some of the point on.
Yeah. So, gentleman who has raised the question about industrial revolution. So, moving to the next, the question, your answer is in the next slides only, right? So, revolution, I can say, is it's more about people are being more automatic, right? Because the automation is everywhere currently. Factory automation is there. Artificial intelligence is happening every single way, and if we talk about the plant, or if we talk about the, it can be software architecture, if we talk about some electrical background, so automation has been employed every single aspect, right? This is number one. The second thing is the increasing use of collaborative robots into industries, right? So what is collaborative robot, that we'll be discussing into next slides only. So collaborative robots, it's all about, it will collect the information from the previous user, or it can be analog, it can be digital. Based on your feedback or based on the machine's feedback, it will take the action, and whatever the actions are required, it will pass it to the next system, right? So, and the third is about the hiring process, right? Now hiring process has changed a lot after the COVID-19. Okay, so if I talk majorly about the revolution changes into industry about the hiring process, is right now, if you have seen, there are a lot of openings are coming into market every single day, right? So what do you think, guys, about the hiring process? They are also trying to automate every single way into hiring also, right? So let's say if you are giving me your resume, and I will try to automate in a such a way that your resume should be shortlisted within fraction of second, right? So that is also one art that you have to learn, how to write a resume, how to select your profile direct to the interview, right? So these are the revolutionary changes came into the market after COVID-19, because everyone wants to reduce the workforce, and everyone wants to increase the revenue in terms of, so it's kind of a ping pong, reduce the workforce, increase the revenue. So how much you are profitable to the organization in terms of this aspect, the more demand you will creating yourself. This is the very answer in a nutshell. Yes. Yes, Jindal, you want to add anything? Okay.
That. So yeah. So as per my understanding and the knowledge, there are some of the jobs are lost after
Yes.
COVID-19, because so many companies or organization was closed after COVID-19. So many impacts was there, but the opportunities we have taken, and we have in the global market the opportunity due to the COVID-19, after the COVID-19. So it's a very huge market, right, Jason?
Hmm.
So many
Absolutely.
opportunity, learning points, all those things was open.
Absolutely.
So
So
yeah,
as a Mr. Jindal spoke, right? So people has that myth that after COVID-19 there is no jobs into the market, but that is absolutely wrong, my dear, right? So jobs are there, but it has changed its form. This is very basic thing. Jobs are there into the market, but it has changed its form. The way it was happening before COVID-19, now it is totally changed, right? So it is
correct.
also not about that if you have entered into corporate, then you will survive a lot with a very fascinated environment. No, you have to also change yourself on every single day, and you have to learn also, right? Then only you can survive into market, because nowadays market is very aggressive. If you are not doing well, they will kick off from the market and you will say jobless, right? So
Exactly.
now, yeah, so this is the only right time for you people, that how you are gaining your knowledge and how you are deploying your knowledge into practical exposure before entering into industries, right? So as I spoke about, one of the key revolutionary changes is artificial intelligence, right? So artificial intelligence is, it's not about the way you are seeing into your Hollywood movies, or into some some science fiction movies. It's not like that. It is giving you a larger picture, right? But if I look into engineering aspect where this thing can be deployed, right? So the first is deep learning theory, right? So deep learning is one of the bottleneck principle that has to be used in, it can be anywhere where you are doing your analytics, where let me give you one example in terms of electrical engineering, right? So let's say if there is a energy meters are connected into one grid, okay, and you are having a lot of readings into real time, correct? Now you want to just identify that what is the actual peak consumption into which area is happening into which season, right? So with the help of your deep learning analytics, it is a quickly within fraction of second you can able to identify, right? Now let me tell you that I have seen the guys, those who are doing, doing job manually, they are roaming into streets and societies and they are reading the meters, right? Now if you guys think something out of the box which can reduce the human effort, and you are trying to make the same thing with the automatic solution, so it is a game changing, right? Coming to the next is capsule network, right? So capsule network is, so what is that? So it's all about the very few error is there with the less data, and with the help of deep neural network that it will learn automatically, and with the lesser amount of data it will give you a throughput maximum or optimum output, I can say, right? So this is one of the trending revolution is happening into market currently. Even we are also doing research into capsule network. Second thing is automated machine learning. Everyone must be knowing what is machine learning, so I don't want to spend much amount of time into machine learning, right? Second thing is digital twin, right? This is one of the interesting phenomena, which is also we are in LTTS also, we are doing a lot of research, and we are also trying to acquire many customers into digital twin. Okay, so what is digital twin, guys? Okay, so let me tell you, there is a power plant is about to establish in South Korea. Okay, and before doing billions of investment of any power plant, there should be some homework has to be done into your home environment or into office environment, right? So with the right amount of software like ANSYS, there are a lot of softwares are available for the digital twin. Okay, and you are supposed to develop every single parameter in a virtual environment, that if you are giving this much of milliamps of current, how much of power output you are able to get at this particular node, right? So every sort of simulation that has to be performed with the help of digital twin, so that you can simulate your entire output in a computer screen only without investing billions of dollars, right? So you can also test some failure test. Also you can test some worst case scenario. Also you can check your overall equipment effectiveness. A lot of parameters you can check with the help of digital twin, right? Second thing is about neural networks. So neural networks, it's all about your how much data set you are giving to your input signals. Your, say, it can be either sensors, it can be either it can be either analog input, it can be 420 milliamps input, it can be camera, it can be anything, right? So based on your input signal, it will fetch the data, and it will divide its weightage into multiple nodes, and based on that it will predict your output. Okay, so it's all about how you are creating your data, and with the help of right data set you are able to do this thing. Then it's all about, next if I talk about intelligent automation in the workspace, right? So in the banking sector, I have seen that kiosks are able to automate in current way, and also the KYC forms are also being automatic nowadays, right? So previously what was happening is, like, when you are going into the bank for the new account opening, right, your customer has to fill the KYC, and the operator or clerical staff will check your KYC form, and he will verify all of this thing, right? But nowadays this thing is also being monitored, or this is being taken in a such automation way, it will reduce your time into seconds, right? Next thing is about machine vision. This is one of the area where currently I'm working rigorously on my day-to-day life. So what is machine vision is like, it's all about it can be packaging line, it can be your assembly line, it can be your production line, where every single part you are doing automatically with least human input. Okay, now let me give you one example. Is like, there is a sheet metal part is there, or if there is the three-phase cable line is there, right? And I just want to identify if the right color coding is happening into this three-phase cable or not, it is being done or not, right? So previously what was happening, the human are doing this thing manually. Okay, this cable length is this much, and every cable is having a right color coding, but we are doing with the help of camera, right? We have just placed the camera at the production line, and by the time whatever the cables are coming from the production line, we'll continuously monitoring the actual color code of the cable, and also we are inspecting the pattern of this three-phase cable, right? This was live example that currently we have just performed for our Chicago based client, right? So there this is just an example. It can be either food industry, it can be construction, it can be heavy engineering, it can be off-highway vehicles, right? So there are a lot of use cases. It can, revolutionize our industry with the help of AI or deep learning based aspect. Okay, so this is overall picture of AI. Now, if you guys want to pursue your, role into artificial intelligence, so you should be good into data, right? How you are manipulating your data, how you are able to identify the, data patterns, how you are doing your analysis of data. So this is how the overall role of AI software engineer performs into day-to-day tasks, right? So you should be, good into data architect also. You should be developed, you should be good into, coding part. You should construct how to, deploy your data set into real-time architecture, etc. So as an AI engineer, you should be able to collaborate with data scientist, data architect, and business analyst, right? So this is very basic thing. I know, guys, that you will not able to understand what is happening, but this is the actual future in today's industry after COVID-19. Believe me, guys, right? See, this webinar is only for those people who are very serious for this career. Okay, those who want to do something out of the box into the day-to-day life, right? And I have seen many people that, okay, I am getting 10 and 15,000 job, I am happy. But this will work only for 3 to 6 months or hardly 5 years, right? Once again, if any revolutionary will come into industry, all of these people will be disrupted and the new lot will come, right? At that time, if you want to survive, this is the only phenomena that you have to adapt in your day-to-day life, and you have to upgrade yourself, right? So behind all of this thing, Python, you guys must have known, right? The what is Python and all. So nowadays, the demand of Python has increased very drastically. Every single company, if it is a startup, if it is MNC, they want Python developer at any cost, right? So I know that Python is easily available into YouTube. I am just telling the way, but if you will learn Python, it's very easy to crack any kind of interview into industry. So I'm not telling that if you are from electrical, then you should not learn Python. So if you are having these kind of mindset, guys, then you have to change a bit towards your current, target, right? If you want to do something as per the current industry demand, then this is the only way that you can start learning from now only. And it's all about diversification, right? So the more diversified your profile will be, the more doors will be open of the job into future market, right? So if you keep your mindset that, okay, I will do my, job into particular this aspect only, then your path will be very narrow. Okay, so
Yeah, and this is as per my understanding. This is the sector now after COVID-19 is running very superpower.
exactly,
Yeah,
Jindal, yeah.
many opportunity and many of the IT sectors are working on these automators also.
Exactly, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's all about automation. So if I'm speaking this automation word since last 30 minutes, right? So automation is everywhere. If you're a developer, if you're a tester, right? As a developer, you have to write a script which can work automatically, or if you're going into testing department, so there is also automated testing are happening into the market, right? So behind every single algorithm or every application which you are seeing into real time, Python is there at the backbone, right? Especially for the AI. Now, coming to the next is Industry 4.0. So Industry 4.0 is what basically it is the fourth industrial revolution, I can say. Nowadays, Industry 5.0 is also coming into the market. But as a beginner, let me clarify what is Industry 4.0, right? So it's all about how you are leveraging or how you are monetizing your current asset. Let me use some another word, not asset, or how you can monetize with the help of your current knowledge, which will able to give you continuous monetization without any sort of investment. Either it can be a software, either it can be hardware. Okay, so if I look about the overall vision or overall industrial revolution, in particular Industry 4.0 market, so it's first is about factory automation, right? So factory automation is I have seen the Ford plant based out of in Sanand only 2 years back. So I was shocked that what people are doing currently in India, especially into Gujarat, right? So I spoke to key person on shop floor, that he spoke to me that every single car will be manufactured from the chassis of sheet metal, and it comes out from in the shape of car within 4 minutes only, right? So now you can imagine per day how much production of every single car is happening, right? This is 2 years back story I'm telling, guys. Okay, now a lot of players have entered into market and they are disrupting to entire automotive industries, right? So you have to improve your productivity. By the time also, there should not be any scope of error or any scope of losing the efficiency, correct? So this comes into factory automation. Now the second is about digitization, right? So what is digitization? So it's all about digital transformation. With the help of digital technology, you should be generate the business. So what is that into a simple picture? As a student, let me tell you into the student definition, right? So let's say if you are having a C code or a Python code, okay, that will work for some application which can solve some real-time problem. Okay, so that is your digital asset. Okay, and with the help of your digital asset, how you are solving your real-time industry problem with the help of this kind of digital asset. Okay, so this is nothing but the digital transformation. Now digital transformation is in lots of demanding, right? So with the right skills of software, how much you are able to solve someone's problem. Because if you are hiring a manpower of a 5 to 6 engineer, everyone will able to do. But if a single person can able to develop such a software which can solve some real-time problem, okay, so this is the only future I can say into industry 4.0, especially for the digital transformation. As I spoke about, increasing use of collaborative robots, that is called as a cobot. Okay, and the next is about big data analysis, right? So what is a big data? So as I spoke about, data is everything. Today's world is a purely data driven, right? So the more data you are able to manipulate from the real world, it can be either customer data, it can be numeric data, it can be raw data, it can be some analog data, it can be anything, it can be image file, it can be video file. Okay, so how you are manipulating with the data and how you are able to extract the good information from particular this large data, so that you can earn lakhs of rupees from particular that data. Believe me, guys, okay, this people are currently doing and they are earning a huge amount from it, right? The next is industrial IoT. So what is industrial IoT is like, it's a very simple way giving you a larger picture. It's all about how you are playing with the sensors and camera, and how you are able to deploy your algorithm into edge devices. So what is edge devices? Like it can be either some embedded softwares, it can be some Raspberry Pi, it can be some NVIDIA boards, it can be some development boards that your algorithm should run on edge devices, and it should communicate continuously with the help of internet media, right? So, and it is happening into industries currently. So IIoT, that is nothing but the industrial IoT is it's in a pure demanding way currently, I can say. So these are the overall vision of industry 4.0 in the next decade, I can say. So if you get the mastery over all of this thing, no one will stop you to get your dream job. Okay, now again, same thing, that behind every single vision, the Python is one of the key aspect, I can say, right? Because we people are into industry 4.0 and we are into also digital transformation. We do daily basis Python scripting only from 9 to 5. Okay, we start our day from Python, and when we logged out from our laptop, we also end up by Python only, right? So you can just imagine, and this is not my statement, guys. Okay, if you Google it, you will get the right answer, like what is the demand of Python at global level, right? Now, if you want to grab the global market, okay, so these three things are majorly important: your attitude, your awareness, and how much you are passionate about your domain expertise, right? So the domain knowledge is very important, guys. Okay, whether if you are an electrical engineer, whether if you are a software, it can be anything. But if you don't have any domain knowledge, irrespective of if you are a master's candidate or if you are a BTech or it can be diploma, right? but without domain knowledge, your degree will not work into industry, guys. Okay. So how much you are upgrading yourself into day-to-day life, that matters a lot. Okay. So you have to keep upgrading yourself with, emerging technologies which is happening into the market. And also you should be good enough, your communication skills, your soft skills, and how you are, your interpersonal skills are there. You are, reacting with other people, right? So how innovatively you are thinking. Of course, the creative thinking should be there. And as I spoke about the, skill set upgradation, right? Because our smartphone also required a lot of, regular updates. So without that, it is not possible. Because, and it's all about how tough you are mentally. Because nowadays the market is very competitive, guys. Okay. If you will not learn two things today, there are hundreds of people, those who have learned 200 things on a single day. So you are already behind of particular these many of crowd. So you should be very tough in terms of a mentally, right? And the next is about how much you are good into your networking skill set, because you have to grow your professional network in a such a way that you should be able to get what is exactly happening into the outside of the world. Okay, it's not about you should be browsing throughout your day, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. It will not help. Only thing is you have to be very good into professional networks only, right? So this is the right time. Don't waste your time, guys. Okay, whatever the things that you should, as I spoke into the future slides. Okay, so this is the only way that you can upgrade your, skill sets. Now this slide is very important to get the job or to get the internships, or it can be anything, right? So knowing the current industry trend in all fields and job opportunity is very important. Okay, so let's say if you are a diploma engineer, right? Or let's say if you have done your BTech after diploma, but you are not having some industrial trends, or you are not having what kind of jobs are into market, your degree is waste, right? So there should be someone who can guide you into, aware, giving total awareness of the industrial trends and what are the jobs into market. Then only you can groom, right? Alone candidate cannot do everything, right? Because we are also human, right? Every single candidate cannot do perform every task. Okay, then after knowing the industry trend, you should be able to market yourself. Okay, because not a single your close friend will help you to get a right job. Okay, he will help you, but he will not give you a direct job. Give me your resume, I will fit you into this organization. It will not work. You are the only player, you are only responsible for yourself. So you have to market yourself only, right? You have to sell yourself. How you can sell into professional platform, this is also art. And how you can, make your visual representation in front of a corporate, right? This is very important thing that currently after COVID-19 industry is looking before inviting candidates into the interview. Then of course you should be good into negotiation skills and how to face interview with the optimum skill set and getting the internship at very early stage, right? This is very basic thing currently industries are looking. As someone asked about, right, what is the industrial revolution? This is one of the industrial revolution, I can say, especially into the industry markets, right? Because nowadays, as I spoke, right, that corporate is looking for experienced candidate, freshers with internship experience. This is one of the prioritized
Correct.
demand, I can say. If the fresher is not having a single experience, he will get a chance to an interview. But at the same time, if he is having a sort of internship experience, the job is confirmed because he is already having internship background or industrial background, right? When I was there in my college days, I was not having any kind of internship. So I only know how much struggle I got to get a right job at the right time. Okay. So at that time, no one was there to guide me, to be very frank. Okay. So this is the overall 360-degree view of industrial revolution. I can say in terms of a job market, in terms of a expectation, in terms of anything. Okay. If you merge everything, then you are ready to go, I can say. Okay. Now we are living in such a country that, as I spoke, right, there should be some single establishment, right? There there is a, we are community guys, we all are engineers, and we have to upgrade our standards. So where the security guard is getting 10 to 12K of salary, so at least we should cross this level, right? So this should not happen. I know this is very bitter truth slide, but I should keep these slides in front of you so that at least you can be aware that where we are lagging, and this is harsh reality. Because I have seen that people will not talk about the reality. Today's webinar, I try to talk the actual realities, what is reality and how we can overcome to this reality, right? So, okay. And this is all about my previous work, which I have done in various colleges, because I have been, traveling into various colleges and institutions, and I have trained many students in terms of industrial revolution, industry 4.0, software engineering, it can be anything, right? So this is a quick overview of industrial revolution after COVID-19. So we have 15 more minutes. So now it's up to you guys for Q&A session. Yeah.
Yeah, Jaisil, some of the general questions we are receiving
Okay.
from the students, general for the diploma. So
Okay.
they have the some fear on the education related the development. If they are in a diploma and they are getting some jobs, they are many of the diploma students are confused, right?
Hmm.
While taking a job, or they are not mature to decide some of the things, like to do a job, to do a parallelly with the job with the study, and if they should go to with the B only. So
Yeah.
generally they are fearing like that the diploma based of the some of the promotions and all those growths are
Hmm.
limited. So what your thoughts on the question?
So this is very good question, which I have been receiving from many diploma candidates in previous colleges also. So I will only tell that believe in yourself. Don't believe into others who will force you to go for the higher studies for a bachelor's or for the master's. Okay, this is number one thing. If you are having a right potential within your soul or within your mindset, no one will stop you based on your degree or based on your certificate. Okay, let's say if you are enough capable to do a task of a 5 engineers, we will get double salary than a BTech guy. This is a reality into the market, because industry wants business, right? They don't care about how much SPI, how much CGPA that you are having from your BTech background or from your diploma. If you will prove yourself in such a way that I am a right candidate and I am having a potential, no one will able to stop you. Okay, you will get the right amount, money will attract you, guys. Nowadays what is happening, people are running towards earning money. No one will think about how I can shape, how I can groom myself, how I can sharpen my skill set. So the automatically you will able to get the money after few years, because everyone is right, after 1 year I should have this much of bank balance. No, this strategy will not work, guys. Okay, invest in yourself. Investment, it can be either time investing, it can be either in a skill set improvement, it can be anything. After few years, money will automatically attract you and you will start earning. People mindset is like that, I will study hard, I will study till masters, and right after the masters my salary should be 1 lakh. Okay, this is the mindset of people currently. I have seen into many candidates, but this will not work. I have seen the MTech candidates, those who are doing job at 15,000 per month. This is fact, and this is from Nirma University. Okay, I should not tell the name, but it is happening. Okay, so, and at the same time I have seen the diploma guys are earning 50,000 per month, right? So it's only about how you are shaping your future, how you are shaping your personality with the right skill set and with the right mindset. Okay, the fast you will move, the far you will go, right? And only thing is about you have to go parallelly with the industry trend. It's not about someone has told me, hey, let's do this thing, so let's go in that direction. No, You have to prioritize your mindset. You have to prioritize your domain expertise. According to that, you have to go forward, right? This is one of the thumb rule I can say for any background. It can be diploma, it can be master's, or it can be a PhD. However, I am not PhD, but this is the typical mindset that you have to keep throughout your career path. Yes.
Yeah, Jesse, I would like to share some of the experience with
Sure.
me as well. So I was also the confused with the same question which I asked. Okay, but my opinion, my experience is saying like that. I was selected from the campus interview in the same organization where we are working from the last 6 years, right, together.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was there in the diploma. So that is totally wrong that the diploma based of the, your growth in the any of the organization. It's totally based on your learning and the skill, whatever you are developing in your
Correct.
personal skill, right? So this is totally based on skill. I joined the organization. I start my earning at 19 age, and I selected was for a training only that we parallelly to the some of the 3 or 4 months job in the some of the organization, right?
Yeah. Correct.
So
Correct.
this
So
is
I,
totally wrong that the
yes,
diploma
yes, I
based on
absolutely
growth
agree
your
with you,
which is
Jitna.
different.
Yeah. Yes, yes. So
Yeah.
it's all about, like, I have seen that two people are working into same organization. One guy is having 5 years of experience, and one guy is having 15 years of experience. But the guy is having 5 years of experience. He is having more salary than 15 years of experience, right? So it's only about how you are capturing the market and how you are able to monetize your skill set towards your organization, so that organization has to pay high. Then only you will survive. So you have to create your dependency in any corporate. Otherwise, they will think that, okay, we will give him this much of salary. He has to stay. Nah, let him let him give only 15K per month. He will stay. We know. But no, you have to break the ice into corporate, and you have to create your own dependency when you are entering into corporate. So when this will be possible, only after having the right skill set, and you have to be very sharpened from your skill set background. Then only you can create your dependency into any corporate. Otherwise, as I spoke about, right, just 10-15K wala job karo, and then stay in that organization till 10 years. Okay, no one will ask you. Simple, right? So this is the actual way is happening into corporate, because they are also running business, right? No one will like to give you high salary. See, if I am having my own business and I want to hire, why should I like to give more salary if I'm having a lowest salary person? Simple. Think in that way, right? So only thing is, if I am having a good candidate and he will able to generate good revenue for my business, definitely I have to give them good salary. Otherwise, he will not stay. Correct. So before entering into corporate, you should be enough capable, or you have that strong background that no one will able to stop. Simple, right? Then only you will survive. But before entering, these are all the foundation that you have to create during your educational background only. Yes. Okay, so we have 10 more minutes now.
Yeah, the final conclusion is that we have, yeah, so we have to grow and learning day by day, and we have to develop our skill.
Exactly. Yeah. So as I spoke, right, the Python is one of the right skill set that you should learn, guys. Believe me. And I used to personally do my Python scripting since my 4 years, right? And I have trained many students from very different. Even I have trained mechanical engineers also into Python scripting, and they are doing well into their current industry, right? And a lot of people are working in our organization, those who are not from software background, and they are doing well, and they are getting good salary into this software engineering background, right? So I will highly recommend you guys to learn Python, and you should upgrade your skill set from particular this background. Yes.
Yeah. So I discussed with the meeting organization. They will circulate some of the files, which those are the really interested the students. They will
Yeah.
connect with us for the more and that because today we have discussed many more and the big topics. It will take some of the more time, and 1 hour is not sufficient to explain
Correct.
all
Correct.
those point by
Yeah.
point, right? It's a
Yes,
very
yes.
huge points and the very huge topics are there also.
Yes, yes. We have to keep some detailed session, what they will learn in particular this course curriculum, right? And what will be the outcome after learning, right? So that
Correct.
we'll be discussing every single parameter in the next session.
Yeah. So Jaisal, I will request you to support with the same way with the other interested students also. They
Yes,
majorly from diploma, they are like quite confusion in their career related
yes, yes, yes.
question. And then after COVID-19, we have many huge opportunity and the
Correct,
open
correct.
market for the automations, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
the wonderful point you bring to the session is that Python and many
Yeah, yeah.
more applications are there, and Python is the more powerful tool in this right now.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah. So any questions from anyone before wind
So
up
one
the
question
question?
from
Yeah.
students that what are the jobs that will be lost in COVID-19?
Yes. Good question. So in every corporate, people has lost their job. Okay. So company will fire those employees that will not affect to their business, right? If I am a company owner, okay, and I have some cost cutting into my head, okay, let's say my management told me that you have to fire 5 people, you have to lay off 5 people, and I am having 100 people in my plate. Now I have to pick those 5 people. If I fire those 5 people, it will not affect to my business, right? My business will run in that way which was running previously only, right? Now this is very straightforward answer without looping, circling like that. It's a very straightforward answer. Irrespective of any skill set, irrespective of degree background, irrespective of anything, people has lost their job. Why? Because they haven't upgraded that standard. Number one. Number two, they were not much passionate about their career, right? They were only coming to office for the sake of salary, that I'm getting salary, so only I am coming to the office, I won't do any another work, right? Those people has lost their job. Third is about whatever the current industrial revolution is happening at that time, they have not groomed their self while staying into the corporate, right? So these are the main factor that we have to consider while when the layoff was happened, right? Many people told that a company has fired me, right? That is wrong actually, right? Company has fired you because you are not that much useful resource to them during the crisis time, right? If the crisis time was happening and at the same time you are very useful resource, company को रखना ही पड़ेगा आपको anyhow, right? Because crisis will not stay lifelong, na? It will stay for 6 months, 1 year, right? After 1 year there will be demand, right? But company will not able to bear that 1 year of span with useless resources, so they have to fire that employees. Simple, right? So it's only how you are molding yourself from the foundation only. So once you will enter into corporate after working 5 years or 2 years, if you have not sharpened your skill set, then it will be tough to survive in corporate in during this such pandemic, or when there's some recession period will come into corporate, right? At that time the right exam will come for particular these type of candidate. Yes, I hope
Yeah,
it will
correct.
make sense.
Hmm. Correct, Jaishil. On top of, I'm continuously dealing with the revenue and the invoicing activities and all those financial related activities on my role. So we are generally looking answer to the question. We are generally looking for the multiple of the skilled resources, right? In the some general conditions, all the resources are useful, but those resources will be get fired if they has not knowledge of something parallelly or to support the organization or the account.
Yeah,
So those are the mainly focus point to the fire account in the worst condition.
correct. Yeah.
So, sir, we move over around the concluding session.
Okay,
So,
sure.
I would like to thank our experts Jindal sir and Jaishil for busy schedule and joining with us. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
thank you so much, participant, for your present of all made the webinar great success. I would like to special thanks to our principal, Dr. Jatin Vaidya, and head of department, Professor Komal Panchal ma'am, to arranging this such type of webinar. And special thanks to Mayank Shah sir. And uh, we are now knowledgeable about also Python and all industrial automations and industries 4.0. So thank you so much your great time, and thank you so much sir.
Thank you. Thank
Thanks
you
to
so much.
you all.
Yeah, thanks a lot for giving this opportunity for to address the youth, especially because we would love to address the youth, especially when we are being from the corporate background, right? So it is always a being with the Parole University, since this is like fourth or fifth of webinar which I'm delivering, especially into the Parole University. So thanks to you, every single faculty members. Thank you.
Okay, thank you sir, sparing your important time. Thank you sir.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You can leave sir the webinar.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you sir.
Thank you.